Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo. Right, that's enough of you. Go back in your corner, you little bitch. Take your little piano with you. Any tips that go in the ball, as you know, they all belong to me. Welcome to Paintingu, Christmas edition. It would appear that this stream's probably just going to be an elf and his Santa and his elf. The only one for the first time in weeks, the only one I see in the chat is the Aussie. That's actually hilarious. A foreigner is the only one who comes to. And there, just as I say it, hello, Demon Hunter Beru. How are you? Are you aware? I've decided to do a Painting Go Santa edition for many reasons. One of them being I'm freezing cold, so I can just stay in my house coat. The second one being that the female donned me with this apparatus almost immediately. Ah, thanks, brother. Thanks for what? What did I do? You're most welcome for whatever I did. Sherry Delta Beru with the thank you super chatu. I never actually I never catch whether or not that fucking little the alert box thing comes up. Uh, that's actually hilarious. Elf fucking did a live unboxing of just him in his van, and he made himself a present and then wrapped it and then tore it open. Why not? Do you know what I mean? Who needs other people at Christmas when you can just wrap things and tear them open yourself? Oh god, I've only recently been thinking about how fucked Christmas is in so many ways. For the company, you are most welcome. Thank you for the company. Thank you for the money. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get some fucking tunes going because I need to warm up because it's fucking cold, man. It's fucking cold in this room. My in the last my morning was quite pleasant. Even my mid afternoon was quite pleasant. I managed to get some personal project work done before painting goo, which I don't always get to do. I managed to set up painting goo, scheduled it, everything before even think half 11 or 12, and around 1 o'clock, which is when I usually do the promo for Painting Goo on Instagram and TikTok and in Telegram and on YouTube. My phone decided to catch AIDS out of nowhere, as a result of Instagram already having AIDS because it's fucking Instagram. And I went from being in a most pleasant humor to within seconds screaming at my phone as if I was going to murder it with my bare hands. I was like, if there's one thing that like gets me from 0 to 100, it's fucking technology fucking with you and like telling you shit that's like clearly wrong. So like it was Instagram crashed, right? And then subsequently my phone crashed and restarted just automatically, And I was like, ah, well, that's just Instagram being a dick, But then as I rebooted my phone, I get a warning from my phone. It's like, you have reached the limit of your capacity for storage, so you must analyze your data. So I analyzed my data and it told me that I had like 11 point something gigs out of 12 gigs on internal storage. So I was like, okay, I'll just delete a load of shit that I don't need right now. Bye, my love. Enjoy. Talk to you soon. Um, so I proceeded to delete about like 3.5 gigs worth of videos and stuff like that off my phone. And then I go to do the Instagram promo thing again. And the same thing happens. And then my phone decides to tell me that. So previously, when I used like it said like 11.5 out of 12, it said that I was using 95% of my storage, which correlates. You see like nearly 12, 11, like was higher than 11.5, was like 11.7 something, So that looks like, 95%. And then when I went back on the thing, having deleted about like just under 4 gigs, right? So the thing tells me that there is now 9 gigs of data still on it out of 12. But then it also tells me that I am now using 100% of my storage and it decides to crash again. So I'm just sitting there looking at my phone, like, just squeak, like, I was like, I was desperately trying to fight the temptation to just squeeze it till it just cracked, end up with shards of glass and like chips and stuff like in my hand, like I got so annoyed at it, and I was in such a good mood before it. I was like, because what I was trying to do was, I was usually I just record a promotion, it's probably like anywhere from 13 to 30 seconds long or some shit. And recently, the female did some cool things on CapCut for me. She was like, "Oh, you should check this thing, out called CapCut," and like did a few things and all. I was like, "All right, cool, yeah, they're cool. I'll check that out." Um, but stupid me tried to use Instagram's like built-in template system. Like that was what pissed me off even more. Is like this app is designed to do this shit, and like it then crashes and then like fucks up my phone. This is like, oh, of all days, like, do you know what I mean? Like, so fucking stupid. Like, um, everybody saying, "Hey, hey." Um, it just had me furious, absolutely furious. Like, do you know what I mean? I had that moment, like Hades at a Hercules, where I'm just like, I'm good, I'm cool, I'm fine. Like, do you know? But like on the inside, I'm like resisting the temptation to just like throw the phone through the fucking wall. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh, it was horrible. Like. And like I'm one of those guys that like when I get pissed off, I get so pissed off that like I go through like a come down period. Do you know what I mean? Like I get so angry that like I get like an adrenaline dump. So I spend like the next half hour just being like, oh fuck. No, it's not an iPhone. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking Android. That's one of the things that made me more like, the amount of times that the female, she has an iPhone, like, you know what I mean? The amount of times that the female has been like, oh, my phone's battery is this, or like my phone keeps turning off, or like my phone this, or my phone that. And I'm like, yeah, it's because iPhones suck. Yeah, it's because iPhones suck. Like, do you know what I mean? She's always like, oh, fuck off. Like, I can nothing wrong with my phone. I love my phone, blah, blah. And I'm always like, like I've never had an issue with a Samsung. Like, never. Like, for years now, all I've had is Samsungs. And I've never had an issue with the fucking things. Like, and they always seem to have like better sound and like just as good image quality for the most part. Like the cameras on iPhones do be like superior sometimes, like, but the sound out of a Samsung's like way superior. Like, and that's what pissed me off even more. I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, of all the days for this to happen, where like, because like this is the plan I had, right? I wanted to like the template thing was like the 12 days of Christmas, and like I actually made like a funny real thing where it was like, January, February, March, all the way through the year. And like I had different promo things like throughout the whole year because I've been doing painting you like the whole time, like, you know what I mean? And it was funny and it looked good and all, and my phone just dies. I'm just like, and I had that like moment where I was like, is this like one of those moments where like the reason for this is like, like not yet. You shouldn't do that yet because that's going to be too good or something. Because it was a really good promo, you know? And I'm just like, why? Why did that have to happen? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's never happened. That's never happened. Like, why when I go to do a really good promo, my phone just like shits itself? And then the other day, I did my usual thing, did the promo and all, right? And for weeks now, I think I said this on another stream, for weeks now, I have been getting on TikTok, my views will not exceed 300, but they always exceed 200. So I'm in this weird, like, algorithmic pocket where it's like all of my videos for weeks now have gotten 230, 250, 280, 290, fucking, all, like, it's always in between 300 and 100. And I seen another guy do a video where it's like, want to try and get out of the TikTok trap of 200 views or something. I was like, oh, so that's actually a thing? Like, what the fuck? It's not just like some kind of weird thing that I'm experiencing. And I'd well believe it. I well believe it considering all the bullshit that's going on now that like I'm like algorithmically relegated. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's something as simple as like something I've said or um the fact that like I'm white or some shit like that. Like, do you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm white and I'm wearing a fucking Japanese headband and a kimono and I have a top knot or some shit like that. Like the algorithms like scanning the visuals or something and being like, no, unacceptable. But anyway, so I've been getting in between that amount for like weeks now, right? The one I uploaded the other day, zero. Nobody gets zero. I've never gotten zero. The first video I ever uploaded on any fucking social thing gets at least like a couple of dozen or a couple of hundred, and then like the more you upload and stuff like that, you may like get a hit. Depends on the time of day, depends on the hashtags, depends on the content, all of this stuff. Like I get fluctuating, like here's 4,000 views, here's 1,200 views, here's 800 views, here's 3,000 views, here's this, like, just constant fluctuations, like, and then for weeks 200, 200, 200, 200, 200, and now zero. And like I can only imagine what some fucking social media like um staff or something, like if I was to call customer service or something, like they'd give me some bullshit answer. Or if I was to get onto a chat room and be like, here, I'm experiencing this, like, what's the issue? Like, they'd take one look at my content probably and be like, what's the issue? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? You're a bigot. Like, I got another comment on, I got another comment on like the stream 3 days ago, like Painting Goo episode 77 part 3 or some shit, like, and it was some fucking idiot just being like, what is this? Like, I have, like, please explain what I'm witnessing. So I just replied and I was like, one must simply witness Painting Goo, you know? Like, what kind of like, who's that retarded to, like, comment that? Do you know what I mean? Like, whatever about, like, I get it, some smart ass little fucking gamma fuck probably like, what is this? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, then you get the ones like Elf that's like, what the fuck is this? This is like, this is amazing. Do you know, like, what am I witnessing in like a, shock and awe way? Like, this is awesome. Like, and you get other people who are like, this is just like you'd swear I was skinning like a fucking. You'd swear I was skinning I don't know, think of something, a puppy. You're like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was trying to think of the cutest thing possible. A seal. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'd swear I was like skinning a seal and like chanting in fucking Mongolian or some shit like that. Like, I to get the reaction of like, what the fuck is, like, what is this? Like I'm painting. I'm wearing a costume. I'm saying funny shit. I'm making funny faces. I'm waving a funny fan. Like, what don't you understand about this? Like, do you know what I mean? I never considered myself to be like overly intelligent. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I always knew I wasn't like retarded. Like straight up thick. Teachers, grown ups throughout the years would be like, "Oh, you're a very intelligent child," and I'd be like, "Yeah, well, don't. Isn't that just something that like people say to be nice? When they realize that you're not like really stupid or some shit." Like, I swear to fucking God, since COVID happened, I have noticed a rapid uptick in just a total lack of intellect in just so many people. And don't get me wrong, I know a lot of it's bots. I know a lot of it's bots. I know a lot of it is designed purely to give people like me that impression of society. They want me sitting here being like, all is lost, like other truthers out there and shit like that, like other fucking against the system people, like, all is lost, like the left are driving us off a cliff, like fucking this, that, and the like. I don't think like that at all. I don't give a fuck. They can do what they want. Like, just leave me the fuck alone. Like, I really am a bear. Like, like it's so funny that like we've all ended up here and like in this community, and like it it's very obvious why in so many ways. Like, because I am like that. I'm like one of the easiest going dudes. Like people have described me like that to other people and to my face. Oh, Alex is so sound. Alex is one of the soundest blokes ever. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, let's all go to Alex's gaff and fucking, play video games and like hang out and shit. Like, oh, free gaff, fucking party at Alex's house. Like, and like, I loved it. I was always the guy who was like, let's all go to my place and fucking hang out and shit. Like, me casa su casa. Like. But when you fuck with me, I become murderous. Like, obviously not literally, but it's hard to describe that level of like disdain for things when you interact, like, do you know what I mean? And I think it's because of the former. I think because I know and other people have uh what's the word I'm looking for? Other reaffirmed, like, confirmed my suspicions. I'm like, like, yeah, like I'm a compared to other people. I look at other people. I'm like, I'm not like that. I'm a I'm a good guy, you know. I don't want to hurt anyone. Like, you know, fucking, I have a good sense of humor. All this fucking shit, like, and then something or someone fucks with you, and you're just like, me? Why me? What the fuck did I do? You know, like, I have that, like, you know, fucking get the fuck away from me. Like, but like, I'm also like, I kind of fucked myself over for years because, like, if I like you and like we're friends and we've been like hanging around for a while and shit, like, I find it incredibly difficult to be stern and like mean to people I really like, you know? Like I'll go real soft on you, you know, for the most part, if we're like really cool and we hang out a lot and we really get along. I find it difficult to be like, you're a fucking bellend. Like, what you do that for? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I find it difficult to like say we've been hanging out a while and then you take a liberty or try and take advantage of me, even in a small way, you know, but a way that would be considered like dishonorable, you know, shameful. Taking something for granted or like, you know, taking liberties or like taking advantage of or like being a bit of a cunt, like, you know. And I always just let that shit slide. And I shouldn't. I've learned, like, you know, I've learned my lesson that like I used to think like I used to make excuses for people, you know. Ah, he doesn't mean it, you know. Ah, he loves me really, you know. We're bros, you know. Used to make excuses for people's like obscene behavior, despite how good I was to them and how much like I um not provided for them, but in a sense provide like I provided a place to hang out, always shared all me food, made tea for everyone, like, do you know what I mean? Like shit like that, like, you know. So like uh on the same line of thinking, like I'm a gamer. I'm good with tech. My father was in IT. I'm not stupid, you know? So when I come across stuff like an app or a phone or a program or a video game or some kind of like public service, you know, thing, whether it be digital or on paper, like, and I notice an inconsistency in logic or a straight up contradiction in logic, and I'm just left standing there being like, what is this? Do you know, like you can see it, like look at me, like you can see it in my face, like, do you know, I have like a T, I have like a T or a Y going like going down my face. I'm like, I'm either really stern or like, you know, intensely like rageful, like, you know. I have the face of a Viking. Like, do you know what I mean? I have a face for like invading nations on a boat. Do you know, like if this was the first thing you see on the battlefield, you're like, oh, this guy means business. I don't have like soft features. I don't have like a really happy-go-lucky, smiley, like really fucking like inviting face. I have a I have a chiseled, worn down, stressed out face. But I also have like insane laugh lines. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm fucking very dehydrated and underweight at the moment, so it's even more pronounced, especially all the wrinkles and shit you can see. But look how expressive my face is. Like, you know, I've fucking like intense wrinkles like bet into my face because of how much I laugh. You know, despite what I'd say, a lot of people like it's so funny because I'm only streaming for 2 hours and people will only get like a snippet of me. You know, they're like, Jesus, he's angry a lot, isn't he? This is me venting. like, like if you're around me in the morning, like I'm like so chill. Like, you know, what I mean? Around me like pretty much all the time. I'm so happy go lucky and I'm so chill. Like, you know, but then like given an avenue to like, you know, pour your stuff into, you're just like, right, do you know what? This is some fucking bullshit. Like, I have had it with this fucking like, and like that is one of those things that's missing from society, just like the whole pub life thing. Because you would like the bard, you know, the person who just like, you know, people like would be sharing an opinion, and one is just sitting there, like, you know, and then everybody goes like, "So what do you think about that?" and you'd be like, well, I think this, like, and then 5 minutes later, they're all, you know, they're all just sitting there listening to you go on this fucking, like, and this, and this, and this, and fuck this, and fuck that. This is bullshit. It's cathartic, you know? It's, and it's not selfish. Because a lot of the time, especially nowadays, you're saying what other people are thinking, but they don't want to say it because they don't want to like hurt people's feelings or be embarrassed or have like I don't mind having all eyes on me, but like I don't want it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'd fucking hate it if the chat was just flying along. There was like a million people here. Like it would suck. There's no interaction in that. Like especially if you had. Could you imagine if I had like fucking 400 puck elves in the chat? Like look at the chat. Like, this nigga fucking types as fast as I talk. This is actually ridiculous. Um, what am I watching? This is crazy awesome. I know, like, and I know, like, I know what I do here is good and true and beautiful. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, I know the type of people that, like, me mate Damo shows up here sometimes, thinks it's fucking hilarious. Like, and he's not in the bear community. He's not a truther ish. Like, do you know what I mean? He's like, truther adjacent. He's bear adjacent. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he knows there's a lot of bullshit going on. Like, and he doesn't fall for a lot of the stuff and all. Like, but it's like I know painting. Like, I know people come to Painting Goo because they love hearing me rant. They love hearing me like shout at stuff and take the piss, and they love watching me paint funny shit. That's what Painting Goo is like. And I'm just, I think it's hilarious that like I get on average like 30 views, and I've already had to deal with people shitting on me. Like, and like it's people who do not know me. Do you know what I mean? Or people who knew me and were like lying about who they were. It's fucking like it's mad how the internet opened the floodgates for everybody to get to know each other over the internet internationally, which is awesome. It's like really cool. But like in the same like simultaneously, it has created a situation where you just have the worst bottom feeding scum that can just like interact with other bottom feeding scum and then like all congregate and pretend to not be bottom feeding scum. Like there's so many communities out there that are just full of absolute fucking retards, degenerates, like straight up assholes. Like if you're like really stupid, like this, another thing that I think is hilarious that Owen says, and I couldn't agree with more, is like Down syndrome kids and like or like not just Down syndrome kids, like people with like grown people with Down syndrome and stuff like that, like who are like or just other forms of mental retardation. I find them to be sweet. Do you know what I mean? Like you feel like you feel like you can't be um too real with them because they're like children. They're innocent, like, do you know what I mean? And like, you don't want to like, you don't want to burden them with reality or try and like, correct them on certain things. Like, do you know what I mean? Like you just want to let them go because they're just happy to be here. Like, and like, I get that, like, but there's a difference between that kind of like, as Owen would describe, angelic, you know, kind of stupid ignorance, naivety, innocence, and like, there's a difference between that and like your people that shouldn't be that they're behaving more retarded than they actually are. You know, like they have some sort of agenda or they have some sort of like personality weakness or something that has led them down the road of adhering to certain paradigms and stuff like that so that they can get certain benefits. Oh, if I just like say these things and follow along with this shit, then I can hang out with these people. It's not like genuine. It's not like, oh, I like these people and I'm interested in the same stuff. Like so many groups out there that are yeah, like they're they're focused on what they dislike rather than what they love and what they like, which is so fucked up. Like, but anyway, let's get the blood flowing, and we have ourselves a very Christmassy paintingu. Self-awareness is not common anymore. No, it is not. People don't retroactively reflect on their day anymore or sit down at tables for dinner and decompress. That's so true. I do that every day. I have to decompress every day. That makes it makes logical sense to decompress, you know? Just don't steal from me. Yeah, man, like you'd be surprised how many people could you could probably save their life by just giving them somewhere to be and someone to talk to. Like sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes it's that simple. Like I was thinking about whether or not I'm going to do painting goo on like Christmas Day, because most people are going to be with their families and all. Like, what's the point of me doing a stream when there's going to be like literally no one here to interact with it live, like and enjoy it live? May as well just like do a pre-record, and I don't do those, you know. And but part of me is like, um, there's always someone who's like, on their own on Christmas Day. Like, I'm going to be on my own on Christmas, but like, I don't care. I get to fucking do whatever I want and like chill out and play video games. I used to being on my own. That shit doesn't get to me. Like, and my family situation is very scattered. It's not like I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go home. It's like whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, and like the female and I, like her family, like me and her family don't really get along. Like, and it's not because I've been an asshole to them. It's because of my views and my behavior. They're normies. That's basically what it is. I don't give a fuck. But I like if someone is on their own on Christmas and painting goo would like make them feel a little bit better, then I should do painting goo on Christmas. So I might be wearing this hat for the next few streams. So strap in, because it's time for painting goo. Painting goo. Christmas ooh. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting goo. Painting you. Painting me. It's painting goo. Let's fucking go! I can't mosh as intensely as I usually do because the hat's just gonna fly off my head. Oh. The Fender Bear is so me. I'm super chill, but when I go live and people start chatting, I start venting. Yeah, like I used to love. That's one of the things that I used to like love about having a lot of people around me, because like there'd be like 14 people in my bedroom, all like smoking weed and playing video games. Like I set up a projector on my wall so that we could all like look at the thing and fucking like so it wasn't like 14 people in a room trying to look at a television. Like everybody was just staring at the wall and the smoke was going through the projector and all. Like I used to like hosting a load of my friends and like all of us like sharing stories and like competing with each other in video games and like slagging each other off and like it's like everybody's now just like on the internet, and then when they interact with other people like in real life, like physically, they don't know what to do and they don't know how to be like like the fact that people think the fact that like obviously I I put money on it being a fucking bot, but having said that, like say if I did get like 100,000 views on this or something, like you well know that there's going to be a load of people that are like, oh my god, this is so racist, like this is so offensive and all, like and like but that they immediately show themselves to have no sense of humor. Which is kind of like sad, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I do pity people like that who like can't find something like this funny. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? I pity people like that, like. If there were 400 elves, I'd leave too. I couldn't get a word in. I'm so over ripping on Disney and shit nerd stuff. Yeah, like I got past that a long time ago. That like that tip was paying it away for the degenerate cartoon I posted. All right, yeah, fair. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's hilarious. Like, so, like, does that mean that we're gonna start? Does that mean that we're gonna start a trend that if you have gay to pay away, it's to Big Bear, but if you have degeneracy to pay away, it's to me? It's like, ah, shit. That wasn't gay, but I still shouldn't have done it. Fuck, now I have to pay Defender Bear. It kind of makes sense, though. This stream is all about honor. Like, at its core. It's like somebody sees the painting and me dressed up and all. It's like, it's PEINTEINGU about. And I'm just like, what's PEINTEINGU about? It is about honor. Like I find that hilarious. Like I like being in the character of I am a demigod that got kicked out of heaven for doing just what I was told to do, and all I did was paint a fucking portrait of the Monkey King, but he chose to be naked when he wanted the portrait painted, so I ended up painting his whole fucking situation, and his situation's this fucking big, so all the other gods in heaven laughed at him, and I got fucking kicked out because the Monkey King can't be the one kicked out because, oh, he's been here longer and he has the magic staff and all this stuff, and like, he fights all the bad guys and shit. You don't think I fought bad guys in heaven? I can create shit out of thin air. Well, like, I used to, obviously, Being a demigod is, like, not as fun, sometimes, as being a full-fledged god. I mean, I used to be able to just go, ha-ha! And, like, whatever I wanted would just manifest in front of me. You think the Monkey King's dangerous? I don't even need to fight you. I can create other shit to fight you. I am literally one of the most powerful things in heaven. Was one of the most powerful things in heaven. Sometimes I forget that I'm not in heaven, because this place is quite beautiful, All the rumors of Earth being a shithole full of just, mud monkeys, not true, Even the gods have their stereotypes. You wouldn't believe what they say about y'all, PEINTEINGU, no degeneracy. Like, that's like, I'll admit, I'm a bit of a degenerate. Like, like, I still smoke. I like, lately I've been drinking, like, sometimes I'm a bit lazy. I like violent movies. I'm not gonna sit here and I have no moral high horse. Like, you know what I mean? Like, in the sense that, like, I don't necessarily think I'm better than anyone. But then you come across some people that, like, if you weren't to declare that you are better than them, that's a bit fucked up because of how fucking degenerate they are. If you don't have the level of discernment and, like, self-authority and just, like, acknowledgement of reality to be able to discern the difference between a brush and a fan, And it's like, there's obviously a massive difference between me and, like, some fucking, murdering psychopath rapist, Like, obviously I'm better than that guy. Like, most of us are. Like, whatever. PEINTEINGU. Rant. PEINTEINGU. Pay the gay away. No homeowners. Like fucking Owen's just ridiculous. Like at rhetoric, he's so good. Like he's so good. Like at the whole like what was the thing he said about Bitcoin recently? Bitcoin isn't peer to peer; it's queer to queer. He just nails things. Like it's so good. Like, I'm a hedonist because I love to farm, cook, drink, smoke, brew, and hand rodu people, hand random people, rando foods. Tell me what you think. Small town. PEINTEINGU. Speaking of small towns, I watched a fucking, well, not I watched, me and the female watched this thing last night on Netflix called what was it fucking called? Last Stop Larimer. Oh, you're from Australia. You probably know about this place. It's this like town in the Northern Territories in Australia that had like 11 residents. It was like a town that had like 11 people living in it, and it's called Larimer. And it was a 2 episode long documentary about when a guy called an Irish fella called Paddy Moriarty went missing from this town called Larimer. And what's this? No thanks. Get the fuck off my stream, you insolent swine! Peddle your shit somewhere else. It was good though. We really enjoyed it. Like, mad story. Mad story. Like, if you don't have Netflix, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's. I think it is a Netflix original, so I don't like. You probably have to like stream it somewhere else or some shit. We should check it out. It's mad seeing how some people live. You know, a lot of the people in Australia, like in the middle of nowhere, like the absolute fucking state of them. Like, you should see some of the people in this documentary. Like, there's this one guy called Billy or something, and you look at the guy and he's so underweight and so out of he's got like such a bad hunch. His posture's so bad. Half his tongue is missing from cancer or something, like, and the dude's still just like sitting in a chair drinking beer. And I'm just like, these people they just don't die. Like, he's like 70, 80 years of age, half a tongue, probably weighs about 3 stone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can see his bones. Like, and he's just still sculling cans, like, talking. Like, it's fucking mad. Like, paint. Smoking. Now you have to pay it away to me. Never. Smoking is pretty gay though. I mean, you're sucking on a small cylindrical object, like, you know. And it's funny because when I was younger, like, I gave my. It's probably why it was probably God's way of teaching me a lesson. But I was very young, like I was like under 10, and I remember giving out to my mother's sister, one of my aunties. I was like really like mad at her. I was like, you shouldn't smoke, it's disgusting and all, like, and it smells and it's bad for you and all these things, like. And I remember like everyone was like laughing because, like, you know, like I was like a child and like giving her a load of shit, like. And then I got to like 17 or something, and I didn't even start smoking because I wanted to. I was out one night with a group of new friends because I was trying to get in with it. Like, I was trying to court a female. I don't know why. Looking back, it's like she was a total slag. I just wanted to lose my virginity. I was at that age where like all my friends were getting laid and I wasn't, and I was like, oh, here, like, people are going to start giving me shit now, like, you know. The rationalizations that some of us have made just like are fucking hilarious. Like it's just so funny. Like, but yeah, I started smoking in the process of trying to get laid. The people I was around at the time just handed me a cigarette. Were like, "Oh, you don't smoke? Here, try one." And I'm like, "No, I'm all right." And then they were like, "Nah, go on." Like, do you know what I mean? Like, fucking, just try one. Like, if you don't like it, if you don't like it. And I was like, "No, like, I'm good." Like, but then I caved. And then I just started like smoking. And like, man, I was actually fascinated with how quickly I was like, "Oh, this is great. I love this. I like how it tastes. I like how it feels." It's mad, like, and I've been smoking since. Elf is immortal. Died so many times, and I just get back up a few minutes later. You're like a you're like a honey badger. You just get hit by something. You just play dead for a while. Just get back. Do they have ashtrays on the treadmills at the gyms in Paddyland? Oh, that's funny, man. Like, you would probably be surprised what places had ashtrays back in the day. You know what I mean? Like, Ireland is the type of place that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a point where they had ashtrays in maternity wards. Just like, bitch with her legs up in the stirrups, just like, "I need a fag! Hey, give me a fag!" Like, oh, fuck. What kind of weapons do you make? Is it just knives? Yeah, I'm only 32, and I remember, like, but like in my lifetime that's happened. I remember when there was ashtrays like everywhere in a pub. There was an ashtray at every table. There was ashtrays at the bar. Everybody was smoking. Like, I remember being indoors in places and people were smoking. Like, I was never on an airplane that people were smoking on though. They got rid of that a while ago. Anyway, let's do some painting, goo. Oh yeah, I was gonna start doing the buildings. That's what I was gonna do. Right. You know the deal by now. Paint the shit out of that like button, or I will unleash the tiger upon you. Garlos does not like when people do not like at subscriber. Links in description to support Painting Goo or buy my merchandise. If you have no honor, or if you dishonor me, the tiger, or anyone in this chat that I like, I will remove the bucket, and you will regret it. Right. Let's get these bitches wet! Yeah. I decided at some point yesterday that I thought it'd be really funny if I put like a Cthulhu or like a squid or some shit in the water recording the fight. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll go back to the buildings. What colour? Got some permanent middle green. Permanent green middle. I steam and bind bows and stuff. That's awesome. Bows, spears, knives, swords, staffs, clubs, bone shit. That's class. Why did you say you'd trade me a lot of Vegemite? If I paint you a Vegemite jar, I want a fucking axe, nigga. I love spear as well though. Spear, axe, mace, hammer. Those are the kind of weapons that Defender Bear really appreciates. Okay, I want to kind of like I want that swampy green colour, so I need a bit of yellow and a bit of brown. We got it a bit of yellow. It's that time of day where I get to have a good whiff of burnt sienna. I'm seriously not taking the piss, like, do you know, like, if you ever get the chance to smell this stuff, fucking do it. Oh, it's delightful. It'd be so funny if it was giving me cancer or something. Do you imagine, like, somebody diagnosed me years from now? It's like, did you regularly inhale this chemical compound? Like, and it's like, oh, like, what kind of fucking idiot do you think I am? Like, and then it turns out that it's the exact chemical traces of that exact chemical compound are in burnt sienna. Oh. Oh. Oh god. That's better. I have a few bars of Damascus left as well. Well, there's no rush because I haven't even started your jar yet because you're on the list, but it's a big list. It's actually not. It's only like there's like 6 things on the list, but some of the things take way longer than others. Uh, right, yeah. Some kind of Leviathan slash um, squid thingy. Like, part of me was, oh yeah. Part of me had like a Cthulhu or fucking some kind of thing like that, or like a. Do you remember Swamp Thing? Does anyone remember the cartoon Swamp Thing? I remember really liking that cartoon. I remember thinking that bad. I remember thinking the Swamp Thing was really cool. Oh god, had like a cool tune and all. Had like a really catchy, like kind of like rock soundtrack or something. Um, I taxidermy my own horn, bone, and antler too. Holy shit. I don't want any pressure. That's why I said I'll give you a jar of Vegemite for a painting of Vegemite. Come on, take some pressure. The tiger. Man, I swear, you kept that a secret. That's hilarious. Also, with my mental illness, it'll take me a Igto. Get to things okay. I'm honest. Don't paint me anything I have to pay for. Please, well, fine. You'll stay on the list, though. I'll leave you on the list. And whenever you are ready, let me know. And I will paint you the Vegemite jar. Good part of me wants to do it now, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's a funny thing to paint, like. The new Swamp Thing series was decent. Too bad it got cancelled. Yeah, there was a recent one. What's that? What was the tune? I'm fucking. I'm gonna look at that now. Hold on. Swamp Thing song. Monster Cat release. Electric Peg Nerds. No. Swamp Thing opening theme. Yeah, it was this, wasn't it?
Streaming this festive season.
Streaming, I am. Advertising, you are not. Get the fuck off my stream, you insolent fucking pigs! Every single fucking last one of you. Just show up here on PEINTEINGU and peddle your shit. Yeah, that's it. Swamp Thing! Yeah, that's fucking it, yeah. Oh, it's fucking awesome. That cartoon was class. That cartoon was class. Swamp Thing! That's fucking brilliant. Yeah, they made a recent one? 2017, 2018. This is from like the 90s or 80s or something. Like, you could tell just by the what you call it, like the resolution and the definition, like the art. You can just tell by the art. Yeah, 1991. I was born in 1991, so it's no surprise that I was into that when I was younger. Swamp Thing! Like, that's fucking brilliant. I just needed to hear it because like it was like bugging me. Like, yeah, I'm already inspired to make you something. I just don't know what it is yet till it's done. Well, take your time. There's no rush. I know something I will make will tell me to give to PEINTEINGU. Elf talks to my steel. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I know I'm gonna make something. I've given a knife away at a knife show to a complete stranger because I had a vibe. Said, hey, this is for you, no charge, and taped him, or tapped him on the shoulder. That's hilarious. Was a guest to the show. Are you saying that you were a guest on the show Swamp Thing? And is that a joke? Or are you being legit? Because I'm not gonna lie, part of me thinks that you could totally have been a guest on that show. I believe you. Swamp Thing. Will I just paint Swamp Thing now then? You know, I could totally just do a Swamp Thing now. Instead of Swamp Thing being the thing like that's being recorded, like that's going to be on telly. Swamp Thing is recording a giant sunflower and a giant bunny rabbit trying to kill each other with kitchen knives. We should put something like in the environment, like near them, that they're like fighting over. What would a giant rabbit and a giant sunflower fight over? Tin of beans. Like proper homeless people. I'll put them like here. Painting. Goo goo. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Squirt, squirt. Painting, goo, 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 goo. Oh, shit. I dropped the bitch. Yeah. Painting, goo, 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 goo. I was the leader of NSW, was it like New South Wales State Knife Makers Guild in Australia, um, for my state. Nice. So you legit, like, you're like really good at making knives. Tempered steel, handled with brass bolts. Ooh, those sound nice. Those sound like nice knives. Oh, you sell like kits to make them and stuff? That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. My free steel I have loads of is 5mm thick Japanese Super 9 nickel spring steel, 0.67 carbon. I got about 500 meters of the shit. Holy fuck, how did you get your hands on that stuff? Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Swamp Thing. Paint, paint. Like two really nice shades of green there. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo goo. Goo goo. Painting goo goo goo. Elf isn't cheap. I'm thrifty. I'm not cheap. I'm thrifty. It's hilarious. Painting goo 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 goo. Painting goo goo goo. Get some red on this bitch. Give him them big glowing red eyes. Red eyes, green thing. For all you Yu-Gi-Oh players. Got a great deal on the steel, and I sell enough. It paid itself off. So if kids want to learn and start grinding blades, I'll send them some with slabs of horn or bone. That's awesome. I'd love to make my own weaponry. I probably will, like at some stage. I'd also love to just collect weapons. I'm always so satisfied when like there's loads of paint left over at the end of a stream. I'm like, ah, fuck, because I don't want to waste it. Like, shit costs fucking money, like and especially the stuff that comes in 100 ml tubes. Like, there's other stuff I have that comes in like 500 ml or like a liter or some shit. Like, but those ones only have 100 ml. Like, it's a lot, but it's not at the same time, depending on how you use it. Like, they're fucking mad expensive, like 30 quid a pop. Like, so when there's paint left over at the end, like it's always so satisfying to be able to put them in these at the end and then use them again the next day, and it's still the same consistency. Hasn't like dried out or whatever. Like, I always get so pissed when I see these artists on Instagram and stuff like that, where there's just like loads of hardened paint, just like all over an old palette or some shit. Like, and it's just like, what a waste. Actually, kind of pisses me off. Like, painting goo needs a cleaver. Yeah, like that'd be brilliant for when I eventually do the Chinese one or something. Like, I could just have a cleaver. It's like, okay, get some grey for this camera. Paint, 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 paint. Camera, paint, paint. Painting goo 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 goo. Hey, yeah. Make that top section a little bit brighter. On the second day of Christmas, an elf gave to me a giant meat cleaver. Painting. Go go. Paint. Painting. Go go. Paint. Paint. Big Fordu! Welcome to Paintingu. Paint, paint. Hmm. Like a spatula cleaver? Oh, flat edge. Flat edge, definitely. Yeah, definitely a flat edge, man. Oh god. Oh, that's what, like years from now. Uh, you see the way like Owen has like all the stuff on the shelves behind him, for like things that bears have given him and shit. Like I'd love to have that. Like years from now, just like a katana and fucking like samurai armor and like just all these like random things that people have sent me because it's stuff to do with the stream and like being Japanese or something. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I just like that's the stuff I love. Like, that's why I'm in this community. Like, I'm into real shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not into all the like, oh, look how many views I got, like, or check out my promo code, or like, you can get a discount on this. If like, it's like, no, just like do something honestly, and like whatever it's worth, just be grateful that it's worth that, you know? Like I've said that on other streams that like I didn't even know how much to charge for my paintings in the start. I was like, how much do I charge? How do I come to the conclusion of how good I am and how much I'm worth when it comes to something as subjective as art, you know? However, I'm of the opinion that art isn't as subjective as people have made it out to be. Because I don't think beauty is subjective. I think beauty is like something you can measure to an extent, you know? Like you can look at a person and be like, not beautiful, and then look at another person and go, beautiful. You can look at a thing and go, not beautiful, and then look at another thing and be like, beautiful. Some things are more beautiful than other things. All things are not beautiful though, you know? Like to people like you and me, that shit is probably obvious, like, you know, but all these people out there, it's like beauty is in the eye of the beholder. It's like, no, you're not God. paint, paint. Um, paint, paint. These clouds are still looking a bit transparent. Paint, paint. I actually have to, like, weeks ago, I got this stuff. It's like vials of ink, and the white one was like opaque white ink. So I might actually like experiment soon enough and get some more of that shit and mix opaque white ink with opaque paint and some maybe liquid medium acrylic gesso or some shit. And I'm gonna try and make myself some like stupidly opaque matte drying white paint. It's like it's pretty white, but it's not white enough. Like, you know, it's not white enough for me. You're making venison pastrami? That sounds fucking nice. I'll just straight up call you fat if you try to talk to me. I can imagine most people are like fat compared to you, nigga. I I think that's hilarious. Like you're like really underweight and like you just call everyone fat. I, oh, that's hilarious. Oh. It's the first time you've done it, is it? I've only ever had venison once. Just the people call you Skeletor. Oh man, that's hilarious. Life is offensive. Only if you take it too seriously, you know? That's the thing. It's like, there's nothing wrong with life. There's nothing wrong with the realm. It's us. It's people. Like, just like people can be like, you know, friendly and like uplifting and inspiring and admirable and noble and all these things, people can suck and like be absolute like degradations to the realm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, there are people who benefit existence, and there are people who make existence um harder to bear. Like, if not nearly unbearable sometimes. Nearly. I suppose I should give the fucking rabbit like bottom teeth, shouldn't I? Instead of just like big fucking top teeth. Right. Put some shading on the. I actually need to complete that. I need to complete the vines on the sunflower, and then kind of want to shade them up as well, make them more 3D looking. The sunflower may need some bee friends for backup. I can do that. Bees will be implemented. Have we decided who's going to win? Yeah, or like will we put some sort of like hint or indicator as to who won? Like, will we put like blood on this knife and like fucking severe wounds on the rabbit or something? Like, I don't know. It's probably better to just leave it cliffhanger, like like who won? You decide. In the future, what I'll do, right, to make it like even more interactive, um, in the future when we have stuff like this, if I can plan it ahead, like in between streams or something, I'll put up a poll on the YouTube or some shit or in the Telegram, and I'll have a Telegram for PEINTEINGU now, Elf. So if you want, like, I'll try and put the link to the Telegram chat in the chat there. Do I need to sign in? You fucking serious? Do I need to sign into the chat? Fuck's sake. But I'll put up a poll or something being like, who's gonna win, the rabbit or the sunflower or some shit like that, like, and then depending on the result of the poll, I'll like paint the result of the poll. Um, Shit like that could be cool. Paint. 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 Sunflower. Paint. Christmas. Part of me was debating, will I put Santa Claus up here somewhere in the sleigh and all? Part of me doesn't want to. Fuck Santa Claus. Oh, excuse me, what? Painting goo 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 goo. Hey, yeah. Painting goo 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 goo. Trying to get back to that color for the buildings, a kind of sandy color. Def cliffhanger. Yeah, I agree. The people should just decide in their mind. Paint, 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 paint. Building. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Building. Paint, paint. Painting. Goo goo. Painting. Goo goo. Paint. Building. Paint, paint. Paint. Paint, paint. Painting. Goo goo goo. Goo goo. Once we get the darker and lighter tones like behind each other and layered and stuff like that, and then I'll slap the windows in. Background should actually look pretty sick. Um, I want to figure out how to harvest off the gelatin from my roast bone soup stock bases. Thinking kitchen alchemy still. I'd love to know how to like not that I would probably get really into it and like do lots of it, but I would love to at least know how to like alchemically distill and refine certain materials and resources. Like it's just really good knowledge to know. There's a few of them that are still a bit faded. Once I go over the faded ones and it's all dry, I'll start putting windows and shit in. Hey, 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 hey. Christmas. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. I think I'm gonna go with like a dark grey for all the windows and stuff instead of like a blue or something. Like I think if I went for, well, I could go really dark blue and then maybe try put some small. Perhaps I'm being too ambitious with the tiny buildings and the details in the background. Paint, paint. Bees. Some bees. If you add a dash of lemon juice or vinegar to the broth, it will draw more nutrients out. Ooh. I'm Aussie, so we have Southeast Asian influence. I'll try a bit of pineapple juice. Ooh. I love pineapple. Like, love pineapple. I remember being on the beach in, was it Tenerife in Spain? And I was sitting there with my step granddad and two, was it one or two? I think one guy came over. I think there was two of them on the beach, but one of them came over to us, and he just had this like cart and like a bag and a huge knife, and he was just like fruit, and I was my step granddad looked at me and was like, "Do you want anything?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'd love some pineapple, like you know." And your man just like hacked this thing up in front of me and handed me like nearly a whole pineapple, just freshly cut up. And I was just like, wow, like, and he gave me like a fucking bit of like kitchen roll with it or something to like, you know, wipe myself off, like basically a handkerchief, like, you know, like a serviette. And I bit into the thing and I was just like, oh my God. Like, if it tasted like I had never tasted real pineapple. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was crazy. It's like the different, like, the best way I could describe it was probably not even going to help that much, to be honest. But like for me personally, it was like I've had like so Irish strawberries, especially strawberries from certain counties at certain times of the year, are absolutely delicious. They're very sweet, and their texture is amazing. Like, and they're so juicy. Like the strawberries just be so good at a place like Wexford. Um, I think Waterford strawberries are known to be quite good as well. Like, but only at certain times of the year. They're a seasonal fruit, like you know, or whatever, and or seasonal berry. Um, we get imported ones here, so we'll get strawberries from Egypt, we'll get strawberries from the Netherlands, we'll get strawberries from all sorts of places when it's off season. And then you'll see places like Aldi and Lidl and Super Value, just like depending if it's in season, you'll see the place full of strawberries, full of fucking strawberries. Um, And the difference between an import or an off-season strawberry and an naturally Irish homegrown in-season strawberry, they're light and day. Do you know what I mean? They're literally night and day. It's fucking ridiculous. Like one is bitter and firm and like crunchy, whereas the other is like soft but still has a bit of bite to it. Is insane. It like tastes like it explodes in your mouth full of strawberry juice. Like it's like packed to the brim with juice, and it's so sweet. Like they're insanely naturally sweet. Like, and it was the same with the pineapple. I'd had tinned slices of, tinned chunks of pineapple. I'd had pineapples from, the grocery store here in Ireland and loved it. Thought it was amazing, really liked the flavor, really liked the texture and all this stuff. Like, and they look deadly too. Like, um, but when I had that one on that beach, I was just like, oh, so this is what a real pineapple tastes like. This is actually a real pineapple. Like, what the fuck? Made me fall even more in love with pineapples, but then feel shit because I was like, I'm not going to taste that again unless I'm in a foreign country. Uh, yeah, fuck Santa. He's already pretty much stolen the show. Uh, my own butcher asked me for my recipe. That's how you know. That's how you know you're doing some nice shit. Fuck it. I remember being in little school and the teacher went around the class and asked, what's your favorite food?" And I'm there thinking, what the fuck? Everyone said garbage shit. I could totally imagine that. I could totally imagine like a bunch of kids, like, do you know what I mean? So I'd be like, "What's your favorite food?" "Skittles." "I love Mars bars." Like, do you know what I mean? Like chicken nuggets. Like, there's like one kid that's like, I really like bananas. Like gay. Oh god. Paint. A bit. Paint, paint. Paint, paint. Oh, excuse me. Paint, paint. Blackberries are my shit. I really like blackberry jam. Really like blackberry. Dude, if you want to pay me in blackberry jam, that's an option. If you sent me like a fucking vat of blackberry jam from Australia, like, I'll paint you whatever the fuck you want within reason, like painting goo 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 do 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 do. I don't care if I said I was being too ambitious with the buildings. I want to go in and like do some proper detail. I want the whole thing to look like a proper little village, like, or town or city or some shit. Like, see, we could put the local military in this one as well. That's kind of a theme lately, especially with the monsters fighting each other or doing something like. The last couple of painting goos have had a very kaiju versus the military feel to them. I watched fucking Godzilla versus Kong there the other day. It's actually all right. I actually enjoyed it. Like, it was entertaining. I didn't hear or see, like, I didn't catch, maybe I missed it, but I didn't, like, there was not one moment of that movie where I was like, oh, here we go with the woke shite. No, it was just a big monsters fighting each other and, like, a made up storyline to give them an excuse to fight each other. Like, and it was actually pretty decent, you know? They give Kong this, like, um, energy charge axe that's, like, made out of like it looks like a cave, like a tribal cave, like a primitive axe, but you can tell that it's a shard of Godzilla's like scale stuff because it's charged with the same energy, and when they're fighting and all, like Godzilla, because like that's the first thing I said like to the female. I was like, this film like right off the bat doesn't make any sense. Godzilla would fucking murk Kong. All he has to do is like, I'm gonna fire my laser, bah, and like Kong's just dead, like But they actually like came up with a way for Kong to be able to fight Godzilla, like, and it was actually pretty cool. It was cool. I won't spoil it for nobody who's seen it. Um, I'll eat pineapple till my mouth is raw. Same pineapple, strawberry. Yeah, I'd literally eat this shit till I'm like, oh. I was gonna do something there. What was I going? Oh yeah, okay. I get so distracted. Okay. Right. You know what time it is. Or at least you should. If you don't, you must pay for painting goo, for you have no honor. Where's my tunes? Don't know why I wasn't already in my tunes list, but whatever. Okay. Shit, it's 4:45 already. Hmm. I'm gonna have to wrap up in the next 15. Can't go over the 2 hour mark this time. I have shit to do. I may or may not be going to the pub with the female. We have plans, as I'm sure all of you do, coming up in the next few days. I think I will do a painting go Christmas Day. I think I might. Right, we get 15 minutes of raving goo while I do some detailing on these houses. Houses, fucking buildings. Ooh. Blueberries are so abundant once they get established. Yeah, I definitely want a lot of berries on my property when I eventually get my own land. You trade blueberries for blackberries? That's hilarious. I have more subs than Painting Goo. I realize, I'm have to start promoting you if you like if your subscribers like Painting Goo, they are welcome to join Painting Goo. They are welcome at Painting Goo. But I'll tell you something for nothing. If any of your subscribers come up here, I'm not saying they will. I mean, if they're your subscribers, I'm sure they're fine for the most part. But just because you brought them here does not mean that I will not potentially ban fan their ass if they fuck with me. I have a feeling I might get kind of maybe a few thousand subscribers out of nowhere, and then it'll all just disappear. I have a feeling it'll be the type of thing that a load of people will be like, "Oh, this guy's kind of funny. What's this?" And then they'll watch me for a while, and they'll be like, "Oh my god, this is so offensive." Oh yeah, I forgot to try and put the link in the chat. I might do that. Do you want people or not? I'm not their elfin mum. Yeah, but that's what I mean. I'm just I didn't want you to bring a load of people here, and then you come here, and then I'm like, oh yeah, 6 of those guys you brought, they're gone, and you'd be like, oh shit, I'm just saying, you're more you promote me if you want, it would be much appreciated. Can I have 3 meat pies in this giant cup? Oh, you're just making me hungry now. Trade secret: pineapple and tenderize a tough steak in minutes. Pineapple will tenderize a tough steak in minutes? Because of the acid in it? Why do you put pineapple juice on it and then tenderize it? It helps it, does it? That's interesting. That is so funny. You guys hang out at a Bob Ross chat rerun thing? That is hilarious. Do you imagine a lot of fucking Bob Ross fanatics showed up at Painting Goo? That'd be so funny. Well, he's not Bob Ross, but he's the closest thing we're going to get to in 2023. That's actually hilarious. Right, I'm going to try and get the link to the chat. Sign into chat. Open in web browser. Okay. What's this now? No, that's not it. That's not it. Is this it? What's this now? No, that's not it. That's my YouTube. Where did that redirect me to? Oh, okay. Okay, I can chat in there now. Alright, hold on. 2 seconds. How do I... How do I share? GIF, video, what's this? Painting goo goo goo. Oh, okay. Export chat history? No. How do I just fucking share the link to a chat? Pin, archive? No. Open a new window. Paintingu. 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 Oh, excuse me. Paintingu. Paintingu. Is there, like, where you'd think there'd be an option to fucking share the fucking thing? Do you know what? Like, have you got Telegram, Elf? Have you even got Telegram? Delta will know, I bet. Yeah, I can't see a share option. If you have Telegram, just search Paintingu, all caps, all capitals, PEINTEINGU, Paintingu, and it'll probably come up, and then just join, because we have a Telegram now. Paint. I think seaweed also has a similar enzyme. Seaweed's supposed to be like really fucking good for you, isn't it? Makes sense. It's like full of salt and stuff. Salt is actually like really good for your system. I only have Discord and Skype and Facebook. I'm not allowed on most social media. Oh, dude, get Telegram. Everybody's on Telegram. Fuck Discord. It's just like anytime I share anything or like anything like that, like, you know, you'll know because I'll just put it there. Otherwise, just keep your eye on YouTube because I can put stuff there for people like yourself. I'll put it on YouTube for you in the community section or something like. Right, I think we're gonna need to do something here, and then we've bees to do. Instead of do bees, I'll slap a quick couple of bees in here before I fuck off. I'll put one like right here. I'll put one right here, like stinging them in the face. Put one there. Put another one like here. Oh.
We sit in the sun, in maze, we sleep.
And we dream.
Each of us dying slowly, the prison of our minds. We sit in the sun, in maze, we sleep. And we dream.
was trying to get the time. Well, I don't always, but every so often when I feel it coming, I try to get the timing on that. And like, I've actually never confirmed by going back and watching the stream if I've actually timed it correctly. But it'd be even funnier if I completely time it wrong. Heretic. All the comments you make in the chat, and then just heretic.
This is a new world, or will it consume us all?
You see how often I'm allowing you to chat now, Elf? When we hit like 100 like people in the chat regularly or some shit, you're not going to be allowed to chat that much. I don't want to see loads of different names and then just elf. But for now, you may remain talkative to that level. For now. Seaweed is essentially what MSG is made from? Umami? That I didn't know. I did not know that. That's fascinating. That makes a lot of sense. Still lots to do in this one, which I like. I like when a painting... Hopefully this will be like... Well, not hopefully. This will look like I was saying... what was it? Comoros? Was it Comoros? Or was it like... I can't remember what it was. But with the fucking submarines in the sky and the laser blasts and the shit fighting and stuff like that. Like... I love when the paintings are like just like full of stuff. Okay. Right. Leave it there for today. Get that bitch proper clean. Right. If you have enjoyed your PEINTEINGU, consider supporting the stream. Link in description. Do not make me take off the tiger's bucket. You will regret it. He will assault you viciously. And it will not be my fault. But you took the bucket off. I know. Until next time, which will probably be Monday. Until Monday. Same time. Same place. Same high-octane painting energy. And perhaps some ranting. I will see you then. And I hope you enjoyed today's painting. I hope it uplifted your soul, your spirits, and charged you with chi, and made you laugh. So, in the meantime, be good, be true, and be beautiful. And I shall see you on Monday. I love you all. Pay for PEINTEINGU. Keep your honor high.